Hello, everyone, and welcome to Papa and Boy Adventures, Episode 5. This is Sean and Aaron of the Seriously Wrong podcast.
Yeah, welcome to the latest installment of our serialized radio series, Papa and Boy.
Which is soon to be a cartoon series on Means TV as well. We're going to release a 5-episode series inspired by, in the sort of multiverse of Papa and Boy.
Yeah, one potential future for the Papa Boy universe is a way of putting it.
And so, yeah, this episode is number 5, and we recommend listening to all 5. They're built to work together, but it should still be pretty funny anyways. Maybe some of the intricacies are best served in context.
I guess we could do a quick last time. Last time on Papa and Boy, we saw Papa and Boy's society degrading in the aftermath of the battle at Father's Pass, which of course represented a standoff between Papa Fatherson and Boy Fatherson.
Papa Fatherson, he invented a system called the Fatherson system, which makes all boys obedient. And there was a big battle between two factions, Fatherson system and Boy cult, at a place called Father's Pass.
So then the last episode ended with Boy Fatherson being shot on live TV, just as he was about to perform a major surgery that would prove the Fatherson system works. And so that's kind of where we're picking up this time. But first, before that, a word from our sponsor. I guess we don't actually have a sponsor, but we have a Patreon. So here's a word from us about our Patreon.
Absolutely. We rely on donations from community members and listeners like yourself in order to keep doing the show. There are a few levels that you can donate at with different benefits. $6 a month. The Sweet 6 will give you access to the entire archive and bonus episodes. That's really, really appreciated. Every Sweet 6 we get brings us closer to that goal of world peace. And we really love doing the Papa and Boy radio show. I think it's some of the most fun that we have on the show. It's just, we're really excited to share this, and we appreciate the support and help to do it.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to do it without our patrons. So it's nice to take a moment for them briefly. And now I think it's time to wheel out the tape.
Here we go.
I love that squeaky wheels. Really pops in audio.
Put this here.
The tape popped in. Perfect. Do you want to hit play? Should I?
Well, I wheeled it in. Maybe you should hit it.
Sure. And play.
Papa and Boy
Adventures.
Boy Fatherson was the boy that all other boys looked up to. He was the perfect son. And in many ways, he was all of our son.
The first test case for the Fatherson system, Boy Fatherson always wanted to go to bed on time. He asked for extra servings of vegetables with dinner. He was strong, loyal, hardworking, and most of all, obedient.
And he was a prolific surgeon, the greatest boy surgeon we've ever known, living proof that the Fatherson system works completely to make the boy subservient and compliant with the visions of the father. Boy Fatherson flew so high and was so great, he made the other wicked boys jealous, and they struck him down.
It is a mark of the true depravity of boy nature that they were not content to merely disobey themselves, but to tear down the boy they saw as their greatest threat. The boy who showed what boys could be, what boys should be, our guiding star to a better boy tomorrow. Boy Fatherson.
And while the hate in their hearts soured them and turned them to violence, Boy Fatherson's heart stayed pure to the very end. The boy of the nation, and the greatest boy surgeon of all time.
And we're going to hear a lot from papas and boys alike who knew Boy Fatherson, who were inspired by Boy Fatherson, and what Boy Fatherson has to teach us today. But first, we wanted to thank everybody for gathering here on this occasion.
We want to thank everyone who's watching along at home on television, and everyone who's watching on Espanol on Papa Mundo. Boy Fatherson would be so touched and honored to know the way that the first annual Boy Fatherson Celebration of Life was uniting the nation and bringing people together. We should introduce ourselves. You are one of the most prolific business leaders in the entire of the Fatherson system.
Oh, come on.
You are the CFO and acting CEO.
Yeah, it's just acting CEO, but
of Fatherson
International. Yeah.
You're the handpicked, chosen successor, God forbid.
I don't even want to talk about who's the successor to the Fatherson Empire.
Stepfather Dearest.
I'm not even thinking about it. Yeah, I'm Stepfather Dearest. I think most people here probably know me, but yeah, for anyone who doesn't, I'm just a humble, hardworking guy doing my best.
No, you're too humble. He isn't, everyone says he's sort of the hidden hand behind Papa Fatherson.
Come on, no. Papa Fatherson, his hands are so strong, he doesn't need any hidden hands. I'm just there to enact his will.
Like a faithful son.
Yeah, but like a Papa version of a son. I don't want to give people the wrong idea. The only boy I would be okay with people comparing me to is Boy Fatherson, because he was so strong for a boy, but, And you, no slouch yourself.
Oh, please. I am a slouch.
Now, you are the most popular and well-accoladed musician, composer, and singer-songwriter of the Fatherson Society. Sir Maestro Pa Father, everybody.
Please, no. I diddle around on the piano. I'm nobody, but
100 top 40 hits in the last 15 years, people. Come on.
Yeah. Diamonds in the Rain. Bring My Son Home. I'm feeling like a father. Yeah, I know. And I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. I really appreciate it. If anything, I'm humbled by it. Now, I knew Boy Fatherson personally.
Oh, yeah, me too. I worked hand in hand with him as he was preparing for his surgeries. And some people, they say they doubt whether he would have been able to pull off those 1,000 surgeries. But as someone who watched the practice rounds, let me tell you, he would have done it easily. He was everything everyone says he was.
No, yeah. If anything, people underplay it because they don't want to sound too ridiculous. But when you meet him, you see it. Papa Fatherson was hoping to be here for this intro and eulogy. Unfortunately, he spilled some jam backstage on his white pants, and he had to drive home. He has this boy's funeral. It's really important to him that it's absolutely perfect in every way. So that's why he's driving home, and we expect he will be joining us later.
Yeah, he's meticulous. He cares about the details. He's not walk out with jam on his pants.
And it's his son.
Yeah.
He's going through something that no parent should ever have to experience, and he wants to have clean pants for that.
Yeah, anyone who would criticize him for that, I'd say, is just heartless.
Should be given the death penalty if you say that kind of thing, in my opinion.
Today, in honor of Boy Fatherson, in honor of the first annual celebration of his life, with Boy Fatherson himself watching over the proceedings.
Yeah, in the glass coffin suspended above the stage.
Yeah, it's a beautiful monument to a life well lived, tragically cut short, but at the chance of making you feel too humble to handle.
I actually have a B-side called Too Humble to Handle.
Oh, I know. That was a nod to the real head. So people.
Sorry.
Didn't you say you were working on something, a little song, a little tribute to Boy Fatherson?
Well, yes, but I see what you're getting at. This song was really meant to be more of a private tribute. I gave some music lessons to Boy Fatherson when he was younger. It wasn't for him. The arts weren't for him. He was surgery.
Yeah.
But I got to know him, and he had the talent for it. He could have been a musician, in my opinion. So I was tooling around on this private tribute, but...
No, come on, everybody. Do you want to hear the song?
Oh, my goodness.
It's the first annual. You have to mark the occasion. Wheel out the crystal piano. Let's hear the tribute.
Oh, my God. If you twist my arm... Okay, you're twisting my arm. I'll share my private tribute to Boy Fatherson.
Boy deserves it. We all deserve it.
Boy Fatherson will love this. He believes so deeply that music should be shared. All right, here I go. A tribute to Boy Fatherson.
So long, boy, my obedient and strong boy. I can't believe you're gone, boy. How did it go so wrong? Here lies boy, father, son. The world will never know another one. And as long as my heart goes on, you're still alive to me. Yes, you're still alive to me. You're still performing surgery. Use your scalpel on my heart to cut away the part that makes me grieve. Use your forceps on my brain to take away the pain. Make me believe. So long, boy, my obedient and strong boy. I can't believe you're gone, boy. How did it all go wrong? And when the grieving's done, papas will grab our guns, because we support the troops. You better believe it. We support the troops. When our tears are gone, we will support the troops.
That was beautiful. It's going to be another #1 hit for you.
Thank you. Well, I mean, for Boy, ultimately. Now available on Papa Lee, Boy Tunes, and as an exclusive gold-plated commemorative single. And all profits are going to the Fatherson military and paramilitary groups and intelligence services.
That's what Boy would have wanted. Now, not many people know this, but before Boy Fatherson died, he was working on a motion picture project, a biographical picture about his own life, Boy Fatherson from Boy Fatherson's perspective.
That's right. The good people at Fatherson Motion Pictures Limited have provided us at this funeral an exclusive clip from the Boy Fatherson movie. Boy, I don't think I've ever seen another boy study so much about surgery. You're obsessed.
Well, it's your dream for me, Papa, and so it's my dream, too.
Oh, thank you. Well, see, actually, your grandfather who really, really wanted it for you, boy.
There's nothing I've ever wanted to do more than make you proud.
How did I ever get so lucky? I must be the luckiest papa in the world.
Papa, I've been thinking, I don't know if it's just luck. You're doing something different from the other papas. You have a way of handling my disobedience that... Have you ever thought about writing your ideas down, creating a system on how to be a papa, a good papa? I think you have something important to contribute to the world.
No, I don't know about that, boy. I'm certainly very flattered, but I'm just a run-of-the-mill, from-the-land kind of papa. I don't have these big aspirations. I couldn't,
This isn't about you, Papa.
About...
This is about what our society needs. A strong papa to show the other papas the way.
Goodness, boy, you're absolutely right. I must reluctantly do this. Wow. I'm so glad I listened to the boy. Listen to the boy. I like it. It's almost like the two of us were a double helix moving together through space and time. Yeah, that's right.
This summer, a boy and his papa hatch a plan, and a system is born. The Boy Fatherson Story, Part 1, The Fatherson System.
Hey everyone, I'm Beat Fatherton. I am the Executive Creative Director of Fatherson Motion Pictures Limited, and we're so excited to have just been able to premiere The Boy Fatherson Story for all you here today. Yes, give yourselves a round of applause. That's incredible.
Yeah. My name is Papa Srsly, and it is my absolute honor to be here today. And to myself and you and everyone in the audience, I just want to say I'm sorry for our loss.
What we lost in Boy, we may be able to gain in art.
Yeah, in a Boy Fatherson film franchise.
Now, this is one of Boy Fatherson's dying wishes.
Yeah, he always wanted to be a movie producer, movie creator, and a movie star. So we're kicking off the franchise with this, the first of a trilogy of films about Boy Fatherson's life, all co-written by Boy Fatherson and myself.
This is the Fatherson Saga, Phase 1.
It's a true-to-life cinematic universe that is going to keep us entertained and informed about the world for generations to come, we hope. Some of the scenes were shot before he died, that was Boy Fatherson, but many of them are Boy Fatherson deepfake technology.
Yeah, Boy really wanted to make sure that the Boy Fatherson character could remain a boy forever. And he said, I'm worried I'm going to age and become a father, and then we're going to have to end this great franchise, lose out on so many Boy Fatherson adventures because we don't have a Boy Fatherson who'll be a boy forever. And that's actually what our digital wizards have done.
I bet you couldn't even tell which shots were which.
Well, and we started this before he died, but thank goodness we did because Boy totally approved of it.
Yeah, the technology developed before he died, but the public has never seen any fake footage of Boy Fatherson before this trailer, just to be clear.
Absolutely. So first we have the Boy Fatherson trilogy, ending in Boy Fatherson 3, Death Words, and to punctuate the off years, we're going to be having 2 spin-offs. First, Papa Fatherson Origins, the story of young Papa Fatherson, as he starts to dream up some of the beginning things that would become the Fatherson system. And the second spin-off, and this is going to be a fan favorite, so please hold on to your seats. We are announcing today, for the first time, drum roll, a Fatherson Plus spin-off miniseries, Father Dearest, Life of a CFO. Being the heir apparent to Fatherson Industries is not all it's cracked up to be. That's what I'll say about that show. And we're looking forward to sharing that very soon. Thank you, everyone. That's all the time we have for our little presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, can you join me in welcoming back to the stage Father Dearest himself, acting CEO and CFO of Fatherson International, here to deliver a quarterly report just as Boy would have wanted.
Can we get the...
Can you get the slideshow on for this guy, please?
Thank you. Yes. Perfect. So, I know a lot of you in the audience are shareholders. A lot of you in the audience are potential shareholders in Fatherson International, the company. Boy Fatherson, he loved to sit in on our shareholders meetings. There was one scheduled for today before the funeral, and heck, I think it's what Boy would have wanted. And to kick things off, I want to say that we have had one of the strongest quarters in the history of the company. That's right. Look at those lines going up. Our number counters are saying that those numbers are likely to keep going up and up and up next quarter and beyond. So let's to the next slide. Break those numbers down a little bit more. We've seen an 80% growth in our food and soft drink division, driven by our Father Quencher product, the official drink of the Fatherson War effort, keeping our Papa soldiers' thirst quenched and keeping our thirst for profits quenched as well. Little CFO humor there. Boy always chuckled at my jokes. He'd say, "Father dearest, you're so funny for a papa, for a CFO papa." I know, boy. And of course, ratings in our media division, both World Patriarch News and the Papa Broadcasting Network, are at an all-time high. And our diverse holdings in the military sector, including arms, assassins, poison, up this past quarter. But all of that has been dwarfed by the growth in killing robots, which are up 300%. And, honestly, we think we can do another 300 by next quarter if the war keeps escalating. Fingers crossed. So all that is to say that I think that if Boy Fatherson were alive today, he would say, now is the time to buy stocks in Fatherson International. If you own stocks, buy more. If you don't own any yet, there's never been a better time to buy than now. And I couldn't be more proud to have that posthumous endorsement from Boy himself. So that concludes the slideshow portion of this shareholder update. And I guess now we'll go to questions, critical questions from journalists and shareholders alike. Do I have any questions? You. How about?
Yeah, I'm a shareholder. How do you respond to the accusations coming from many that you're lying to the shareholders in order to suppress the amount of people buying stock right now, and that you're trying to hide the wealth and save it for yourselves?
Now, that is a good question. It's a question, I tried my best to head off, but honestly, it's hard to sound realistically optimistic on how good the company's doing, because it's doing so good that no matter how much you try to talk it up, it sounds like you're downplaying it. So I do encourage people, if you look under your seats, there's a booklet with all the numbers in it. We're not trying to hide anything. So just flip through those charts. If that's the main criticism we have of me here today, that I haven't pushed the stocks hard enough, I'll take it. Next question.
Papa Beardsley here from Papa World News. I wanted to ask this question to Papa Fatherson, but
sure.
Since you're his assumed successor, stepfather dearest, I guess the question could go just as well to you. Boy Fatherson's death words, we're now hearing murmurs that Boy Fatherson's death words are a rousing endorsement of the current system, the Fatherson system, and that we're expected to see a trickle of some of the first death words. When can we expect to start seeing that?
Thank you for bringing that up. Yes, and it is true, for those of you who haven't heard, the morning he was assassinated, he said he had a strange feeling that those boy cult bastards might try to take him out today, I believe was his exact words. And so he said, just in case, I want to relay my thoughts on everything: philosophy, epistemology, politics, science, the Fatherson system, society itself. Then he did an admirable job. There is a lot of material there, a lot of death words from Boy, and as soon as we clear it all for public, make sure there's no information in there that, for military reasons, needs to be kept secret, we will be letting that information out one stanza at a time, one bit of text at a time. The first one will be due out later today. Papa Fatherson himself has actually said that he'd like to announce the first death words, to read them out to the public at a press conference later tonight, so we can all look forward to that. And let me just tell you, as someone who's seen the death words, who was there as Boy Fatherson was speaking them, I think these words are so inspiring, so beautiful, that Boy Fatherson may serve as a greater light to the other boys of society in death than he ever did in life.
Hey, Fathersville Bugle, my question, first of all, is where is Papa Fatherson right now? Earlier in the show, you said that he had spilled jelly on his pants and that he had to drive home because he was wearing white pants.
Yeah.
And that he might come back later in the show. We're now later in the show.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if he's come back yet, if he's anticipated to come back before the end of the show.
Oh, yes. That is a great question as well. And he's not back yet. We're still expecting that he might be back soon. But let me just say, as someone who was speaking to him moments before, when we were in the limousine together, when he spilled on his pants, he was extremely tired from planning this funeral all night. Every detail of this event was meticulously planned by him. Sometimes when he doesn't respond for a while, it's because he decided to take a power nap. And it's possible that that's what he decided today. I know he wanted to be here, but if he thought that being here would step on the perfect execution he'd laid out of the day, I know that he would have put the funeral above himself. So.
And follow-up question. So on Saturday and Sunday this week, you said that he was too tired to speak at a number of conferences,
Yep.
but he'd be back and up and running tomorrow. But on Monday, he missed the factory farm brunch at 11:30. He said he was double booked.
Yes.
That evening, there was a How to Be a Dad book event promoting his upcoming book.
Yep.
But they sent a video in his place, and that video was revealed to be a reused video from 4 years ago,
Yeah.
from a different event.
Yep.
On Tuesday in the morning, he slept in, missing 2 press conferences, which you covered.
Right.
And in the afternoon, it was claimed that he lost track of time at the pet store,
Yep.
which is why he missed the Fatherson International investors meeting.
Can we get to the question here, or?
That night, he delivered a handwritten note to a fundraiser saying that he was having a, quote, off day and that he would, quote, come to the next fundraiser.
Yes.
On Wednesday night, you said that you didn't know where he was and guessed maybe getting groceries, quote.
I ended up being right about that.
And then the night before Boy was assassinated, he issued a written statement saying he was attending to a private matter. And
Yeah.
on the date of the assassination, he wasn't seen on Thursday.
Yes, and your question?
He hasn't been seen since the battle at Father's Pass. Some people are asking
Well, he hasn't
if-
been seen publicly. I've seen him. Many of
Right,
us
he hasn't
here
been
have
seen
him.
publicly
Yeah.
since the battle at Father's Pass.
Yep.
And many people are asking whether if you really are seeing him, or if the reason that he's never seen is because he was killed at Father's Pass, or
Was this question approved? I feel like maybe I pointed to the wrong person, but
a lot of people are asking this.
I don't think anyone's been asking that he was killed, Papa Fatherson, at the battle? Of course not. As far as I'm concerned, you've answered your own question by listing all the reasons why he hasn't made it to any events. And can I just say, I feel like it's a little inappropriate for you to be casting aspersions on the father of a dead boy who we're all here to honor. So I would just say go home and think about that. And yeah, there's just, honestly, it's just sometimes high-powered business papas have too much work to do to attend to the whims of the public, and I think everyone understands that. But in case there's any confusion, let me just say, as CFO and acting CEO, that Papa Fatherson unequivocally was not captured at Boy Cult territory, did not die at the hands of the boys, and is working diligently behind the scenes to bring those boys to heel.
Papa Fatherson mental log day 11. I've been captured and enslaved during the Battle at Father's Pass by Boy Cult. A little embarrassing, but they don't seem to know who I am. They cut off my mustache when I was captured, and all us mustacheless papas look like bizarre freaks. I don't think I'd recognize my own papa if he were here. I'm currently working in the hot toil fields with the other enslaved papas, doing what the boys call chores, harvesting sand shrimp for food. They do give us generous helpings of our own sand shrimp to cook on the hot sand. And apart from the sand and the teeth, it's quite delicious. The boys are fair captors, abiding by the rules of engagement laid out by the Fatherson International, the Congress when it comes to war crimes. I do wonder what became of my boy, and whether stepfather Dearest and the rest of the team back at Fatherson International are working on a plan to get me out of here. But until then, I'm just a happy little shrimp toiler, bringing shrimp by the handful to my boy overlords. And I've accepted that.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, I didn't almost bumped into you there. We're trying to sift the same sand here.
That's okay.
No worries, no worries. It's a tough situation, hey? Being caught here by the boys,
Yeah, we went to
forced
go
to slave.
spank the boys, but they ended up spanking us, it turned out.
Yeah,
Now we're on punishment.
yeah.
Irony.
Injustice, honestly. We screwed up something as a society to end up here. Between you and me, I think probably agree the Fatherson system really failed us.
Oh, I don't... that's interesting. I've never heard anyone say something like that before, but...
Yeah, just if you think about it, ever since Papa Fatherson came to prominence and people
Right.
started adopting those ideas, feels like the division between papas and boys has actually gotten worse
Huh.
and not better.
I don't know. I actually don't know about that, but I think I think it's not so much the system. It's not so much anyone, the system per se, but there definitely has been some user failure.
Come on. Just between us papas here in the work camps, you can admit it. The Fatherson International goons aren't here to enforce anything on us. We can talk freely. Like, it just clearly doesn't work.
I think it works.
My relationship with my boy was way better before I was forced to start
I think it
implementing these ideas.
It does work.
I don't know. I can't think of a single example from my life.
Well, I mean, look at boy Fatherson. I mean, look at my boy. My boy was...
I don't know your boy, but...
Well, I did, and I'll tell you right now, there's no way he's in this boy cult thing. He was faithful. I actually use the Fatherson system at home to great benefit.
Well, if that's true, you're the first person I've ever met. And I don't know, boy Fatherson, it's hard to say. But if he did do those surgeries, I think he just had an innate desire for it. It didn't come from the Fatherson system at all.
No, it was the Fatherson system.
Come on, I mean...
It was. It really was.
Look, Papa Fatherson's not here. He's not watching over us. Admit it. At what point does this much user failure just be like, what good is a system that no one can use? It doesn't work. Papa Fatherson, a fraud. The system he developed, a lie.
Stop saying that.
His whole life is a lie.
No.
Everything he stands for is a lie.
No, the system works just fine. Hey, can you come over here? I want to show you something. You've seen this shrimp before?
Hey, boys, help me, boys.
Our heel of our system, our beautiful system.
Okay,
Papa Fatherson's a hero to all Papa kind. Hey, get off him. Gouge your eyes out. Oh, gouge your eyes out. Pull him off him.
No fighting between the papas. Just shrimping.
Another Papa acting out on the lines. We should bring him to the boy cult re-education facilities.
Yeah, we'll bring this papa to heel.
If we don't have docile workers, our shrimp farms will be woefully underproducing.
All right, everybody, welcome. Quiet down. Thank you, boys, so much for coming out tonight to this strategic boy cult military update and variety show. And to kick it all off, tonight we have General Slingshot. That's right, the Commander General of the entire boy cult military. Put our hands together. Yeah.
At ease, boys. I am General Slingshot. Slingshot is the weapon of boy, and I am the CFO and acting commander of Boy Platoon. Thank you for having me here today to talk about what happened at the battle at Father's Pass. We were overpowered by the Fathers, but we do consider it to be a strategic victory. Now, you might hear the lying Papa media is going to say that they lost the battle at Father's Pass, but it was a strategic victory for them. That couldn't be further from the truth. It's actually, they've taken our exact analysis and claimed it in inverse as some sort of weird psychological warfare against us. But it is definitely the case that that is true for us. And just because they're lying doesn't mean that you should take that analysis any less seriously for us, because remember, we tell the truth, and they're the liars. At the battle at Father's Pass, there was one particular boy who went above and beyond, a non-military boy, civilian boy, hilarious boy, frankly, a comedian. He had the microphone at the time that Papa cult came over the ridge, and he was the one making sense at the beginning, and he helped us get our ducks in a row to the point where we were able to have that strategic victory, even if we did have a technical loss. So let's have a round of applause for Hilarious Boy.
Yeah, Hilarious Boy!
He's the hero of Boy Cult! And we're going to have him come up here, and he's agreed to tell us exactly how he saved the day and why he was such an important hero for Boy Cult. But before that, we have a short tribute to him. Another funny boy who was inspired by his stand-up comedy set to throw himself in the ring, too, and do a little stand-up comedy himself. In tribute to Hilarious Boy, let's have Funny Little Guy. A round of applause. Funny Little Guy, everyone. Hi, everyone. Is this thing on? So I just flew in from Fatherson, and boy, is my spinny hat tired. Only kidding. I kid. So one of the tough things about getting great strategic advice from Hilarious Boy, and I should say I look up to him, he inspired me to get into comedy in the first place. One of the hardest things about taking military advice from him, can anyone guess what it is? It's that you're laughing so hard at his hilarious jokes. He's a talented comedian and strategist. Say, does anyone else feel, is it that when it comes to papas, they try to mold, the Fatherson system tries to mold our playing subjectivity as boys into objects of capital exploitation? Anyone else notice this? Funny because it's true, they always say. Slice of life kind of bit. You know, the other thing about Boy, Hilarious Boy, now, a lot of people don't know this, but he's not just a hilarious strategic genius, he's actually incredibly humble and gracious as well. Aww. It's true. He's so humble and gracious that Boy Brothersley said, "Where's the crack on this guy? Why is he always so humble and gracious?" Boy Brothersley. He's also famously humble and gracious. Well, that's my time, and well, thank you everyone for being here today, and I want to give an extra special thanks to Hilarious Boy. Yeah. You are a hero to us. You saved us at Father's Pass, and you have one mean tight five. You're just a hero. As simple as that. You make me feel like boys can really be boys. Thank you, everyone.
Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys.
Now that was funny. Thank you so much, funny little guy, for that humorous set, that tribute to Hilarious Boy. And here he is now, the boy of the hour, who will share his account of heroism with all of us.
Hi, everybody. It's me. I'm Boy Fatherson, everybody. I'm Boy Fatherson. No, I'm serious. I'm the son of Papa Fatherson. I'm Boy Fatherson himself.
Oh, do some surgery, Boy Fatherson.
Yeah, Boy
Let's see
Fatherson.
you do a surgery then.
Oh, if you think Boy Fatherson can do surgeries, you've been taken in by those papas. I'll tell you that. Don't I look like him, though? I think I look like him. I know I'm all dressed up in this war paint, but... all right. It's me, everybody. I'm Hilarious Boy. And let's get another round of applause for that funny little guy. Hey, yeah, he was pretty good. He was still learning, but, I bet he'll even be better than I am someday.
Humble and gracious.
And I like to say first off and foremost that we were all there together that night. That fateful night at Father's Pass. I might have been the one on stage, but I feel like sometimes people give me too much credit,
Gracious.
Look, I'm not trying to be gracious. I'm just trying to be accurate and honest. One boy for all boys. Yeah. Boys together are stronger than boys apart. And one boy on his own is nothing compared to a boy army in terms of the ability to fight back against the papas. But I did my best to help, and I like to think I did help a little bit. There's two things that I'm particularly proud of from that night. Number one, convincing the leadership to open up communications with the outside world, get other boys informed about what was happening, and we got a lot of backup from other boy called cells because of that, and just boys around the world. And the other piece of advice that I offered to Papa leadership that I'm really glad they took me up on was to not kill the papas. I like to think that at the end of all this, at the end of the Papa Boy War, there's going to be peace between papas and boys. And that's going to start with us showing the papas how things should be. So, we don't kill papas unless absolutely necessary, unless they're threatening the life of a boy. In the meeting with the leadership, I said, we should pull the papa's pants down instead of killing them. And, they all laughed. I thought it was just a joke. I didn't know they actually took me seriously, but turns out it was great strategic advice. Because if you pull the papa's pants down, number one, they get humiliated. You see, they have little hearts or flowers on their underpants, papa pipes on their underpants, and the boys can all point and laugh, really giving the boys a tactical advantage in the military situations. And also the papas then start tripping over their pants, because you can't run with your pants pulled down around your legs. You trip and fall over. And yeah, so I was just floored when I was out there on the battlefield, saw that happening. Really showed me the importance of comedy, but also the importance of being kind and just and not sinking to the papa's level. And I know you'll all just say, oh, you're just being so gracious. Boy, hilarious boy, so gracious. But I think there's something really to it. I'm not trying to be gracious. I think that we can live together in harmony, and that's my message around this whole thing.
I'll just stop you there. You're an incredible hero, and we appreciate the humor and the insights and stuff. Of course.
I didn't even get to tell any jokes yet.
Oh, well, you'll get plenty of time. I just want to stop you there because we're over time, and of course, all boys know that the dogs, the papas, the mustached villains, are cruel to us, unspeakably cruel to us, and we can't just simply turn the other cheek. We have to meet brawn with brawn, lest we not be taken seriously and be bowled over. So there's some things that sound good and there's some things that are good, and I think luckily on the battle at Father's Pass...
You're going to deny that pulling the pants down worked? That not killing the papas was beneficial?
Well, yeah, I mean, we got to put them to work as indentured servants. That was pretty good.
Well, better than killing them, I guess, but...
In fact, so much so that we want to reward you. I've talked to the other brass at Boy Platoon. What we're thinking is that since you're the war hero, Hilarious Boy, we are really excited to give you a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to issue an edict to dole out a punishment to a papa who's been disobedient. So usually we do a jury-based system, but we thought, hey, you're a war hero, maybe we'd start a new tradition. Bring him out here in chains. Yeah, there he is. So he was causing trouble in the shrimp fields earlier, and look, with no mustache, I mean, whose papa is he? I don't think any of us can tell.
Yeah, not so much a mustached villain anymore, is he? Just a poor, pathetic, anonymous...
All the papas have been stripped of their individuality through that process. I mean, they probably can't tell who we are either. I mean, I've got my butterfly face paint. Hilarious Boy's got his tiger face paint. We're all wearing more paint right now.
Oh yeah, you can't tell who any of us are in this paint.
So yeah, well, in the spirit of punitive justice, we thought that we would give...
I'm really not into punitive justice, actually.
Oh, come on, be a good sport. Everyone's watching, and because he's anonymous, maybe the whole audience, all the boys, might see their own papas in him. And what do you think? What should we do to him?
He looks like my dad without that mustache. You should spank him. Spank the papa.
Okay, let me think. Punishment. What was this crime?
Fighting with other papas in the shrimp fields instead of picking sand shrimp.
Shirking work, fighting with other papas.
It's pretty disobedient, Hilarious Boy. We should really stick it to him. We don't want to show weakness to the papas, do we?
Yeah, but really sticking it to people for being disobedient is exactly what the papas would do, so I just want to think this through.
Let's not be a papa's pet.
No, of course not. We don't want to enable the papas either. That's the real kicker here. Okay, I've made my decision. I have decided that this papa's punishment will be to be rehabilitated by me.
Hilarious Boy, that's impossible.
That's right. I, Hilarious Boy, here in this war paint, is going to take this disobedient, mustacheless, anonymous papa and train him into being an active, productive member of Boy Cult himself as a papa, fully cleansed of the horrible ideology of the Fatherson system.
But they're cruel, dominating beasts. They belong in the field.
And I will develop a system for rehabilitating all papas so that the boys out there listening to my words today can follow my lead. And we can take all the disobedient papas of the world and create a shared papa-boy society together. The first time ever in history.
But their interests aren't aligned with ours, Boy.
But they could be. And they will be. War hero, decision dispensed.
Okay. That's an incredible show of force. If he can do it, he will change the world.
Papa Fatherson's mental log. I have been brought on stage totally anonymously. The boys still have no idea who I am because of my missing mustache. And frankly, I can't tell any of them apart either. Their face paint, their war paint, it's confusing. But I stood up for myself against a bully, and now the system is punishing me for that. I'm being forced into some sort of re-education system underneath the tutelage of this tiger-faced, hilarious boy. He said that he's going to convert me to boy cult. It's ridiculous, but I think my best option is just to hold on and play along as best I can until the good people, the good loyal underlings at Fatherson International Corporation come and rescue me out of here, break in, get me out, and bring me back to my rightful place on the throne. That's going to be happening any minute now, any day now, maybe even any second now, and I feel really confident in that. I have such loyal underlings. These underlings, they look up to me. I invented the system. They would throw themselves on a grenade for me. They would do anything for me. They would lie down in the mud so I could walk without getting my shoes dirty. That is how faithful and compliant my underlings are. What would I do to get to sit in on those meetings, hearing them sing my praises, hearing them talk about how much they need to get me back, how much they're lost without me, and all of the great ideas they're coming up with on how they could rescue me and all the different thousands of ways they could rescue me. That's what we do best at the Fatherson system, that kind of lateral thinking, that kind of bold maneuvering. And now I just play along and I'll just sit and wait. These boys have no idea who I am.
I now call into session this meeting of the Fatherson International Executive Board. Welcome, everybody. Let's get right to it. I trust you've all had time to take a look at the plan.
Stepfather dearest, I read over the plan. I think it's very prudent and timely.
Yeah, this is the best plan I've ever seen. Can't wait to rubber stamp it fast enough. It's perfect. Absolute genius.
The ideal plan achieves its objectives in a way that is realistic and proportionate, and this plan is one of the best I've seen in this boardroom.
Yeah, I like this plan too.
It'll work. That's the important part. It'll work.
Well, not to tire everybody out from agreeing so hard, but this plan is impeccable, and I wish I'd thought of it. That's all I have to say.
Stepfather dearest, I've got a tiny little...
Only tiny praise?
No, a tiny little, really small reservation about the plan as presented to the board today.
Okay.
In the spirit of teamwork and...
What is it?
Maybe I'll just...
We're all excited to hear it.
Just Stepfather dearest, do we really need to hire an elite team of Papa assassins to go deep into boy cult territory and assassinate Papa Fatherson, who has been kidnapped unknowingly by them because we fear that revealing he was kidnapped would humiliate the system and threaten stability? Do we really need to do all of that? Do we have any other...
So your question about the plan is, do we really need to do the plan?
Yeah, is there a plan B or C or a plan A2 or this just seems like a plan, maybe third or I don't know, maybe there's other plans that were rejected.
Our elite Papa squadron will achieve their goal if that's what you're worried about.
Oh, I know.
Unless you have another plan. Do you have a plan B you'd like to propose? Something better?
Well, what if we got him alive?
Look, Papa Fatherson is a liability. He was captured by boys. Do you understand that? He was captured by boys.
Okay, you don't have to stand so close to me. Your point is heard. He was captured by boys, yeah. You don't have to tower over me.
He's worth more to us in death than he is in life, just like that no good kid of his.
You don't need to grab my throat, sir. It's a little bit...
Do you want to take back your objection and agree wholeheartedly to the plan?
That's pretty tight, sir. But if I'm being honest, I actually kind of stand by it. I can't take it back if I agree with it. I can't take it back.
Agree with me.
I think that's right. Stepfather dearest, you're hurting.
Is that really necessary?
You've made your point. Let him go.
Too late. I think now I've made my point. Any other objections?
Nope,
He was way
no
out of
objections.
line.
Papa Fatherson's best years are behind him. He was captured by boys, for Christ's sake. That will never happen to you, sir, stepfather dearest.
I, for one, can't wait to rubber stamp your shifting from acting CEO to real CEO. It's
Papa Fatherson is worth more to us dead than alive, sir. He can be an icon or a totem of the system without us having to deal with the messy, situation of being captured by boys. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to bore everybody by just agreeing, but our fake murder of Boy Fatherson, it's worked amazingly, so why not do a real murder of Papa Fatherson?
I think any amount of culling of top leadership that it takes to get this plan done, I would support. Only us faithful should remain, sir.
I'm glad you all agree. Today is the dawning of a new day at Fatherson International. Under my leadership, we will be stronger and more capable than ever. The death of Boy Fatherson has been the best thing that's happened to the Fatherson system since it started, and the death of Papa Fatherson will allow us to bring all of Papa kind together to avenge and celebrate the greatest hero of the Fatherson system. Papa Fatherson walked so that we could fly, and so we must kill Papa Fatherson to protect the system and our place in it.
Hello and welcome to What Will Papa and Boy Do Next, your Papa and Boy after show exclusively on Seriously Wrong Network.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for joining us today, everyone.
This episode was amazing. I was on the edge of my seat. I was leaned forward.
This episode was like riding the Papa and Boy roller coaster at Papa and Boy World theme park. There was ups and downs, there was spins, there was flips, twists and turns, there was rotations.
And it has left me with one major question. I think everyone else is asking too, which is what will Papa and Boy do next?
And there are so many pieces to this puzzle. Will they succeed in assassinating Papa Fatherson? Will Boy succeed in converting Papa Fatherson to Boy Cult?
I'm also curious if Boy's going to succeed in his mission to change Boy Cult. It seemed like there was some tension there between him and the general. If he changes Papa Fatherson, he'll change Boy Cult at the same time. Then who knows what could be accomplished.
Right, and is Boy Cult going to be successful in their war on Fatherson society? Or is Fatherson society going to be successful in extinguishing Boy Cult? Or maybe they stuck in a dynamic tension for generations and generations. But what happens when boys become papas someday?
Another thing I'm excited to know the future of is the Boy Fatherson film franchise Saga in world. Where is it going to go? What is each movie going to be about? Is it going to have an effect on boy society? Is the real boy going to show up and tell the world that he had no part in it? I couldn't imagine being the center of a worldwide film franchise, telling lies about me to the world.
And the other big question that's dancing off of everybody's lips tonight is, where is Mulligan? It has now been 2 episodes.
Yeah, Mulligan fans are revolting.
If you look on social media right now, Mulligan stands have been issuing physical threats out of pure frustration and anger that their little Mulligan has been excluded now for 2 episodes. Where is he? And what happened to that tape of death words that he so expertly and deftly got his hands on?
Well, I can't say that I know what's going to happen next, but I can say I don't want to see what this fan base is going to do next if they don't answer this question.
You want to put Mulligan in that next episode. It'll be easier for all of us. And that's pretty much all I can say here without a torrent of online abuse.
I'm, for one, hoping for a Mulligan v. Stepfather Dearest showdown, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. The other thing we always do, how did this episode rate for you, and on what system are you using these days?
That's right, yes. Actually, there was some chatter last week on the After show about how we didn't rate the episode, but that's because we were deep at work at devising a new rating system for the show. And before I explain what the rating system is, I want to give my rating in it.
Please.
And I am rating this episode an A.
An A.
For the first time, I'm awarding an A.
Wow, that's incredible. You've previously only awarded Fs on a system that goes from F to A, where F is the best.
Yeah, where like the higher number in the alphabet is the...
Right.
Yeah, but this is a completely different system, a revolutionary system.
Go on.
In this system, your letter rating is determined by picking the word that you believe best describes an episode, and then taking the first letter of it. So I'm giving this episode an A for action-packed.
Incredible. The first A we've ever given out on the show, folks. That's incredible.
Thank you. I'm really proud of the rating system itself. We're always trying to innovate rating systems. This is as far as I'm aware, the world's first completely non-hierarchical rating system. You know, I'm on Team Boy. I've always been on Team Boy. And I think Team Boy would devise a rating system that doesn't place one rating above another. They're just different.
Right. That's where some of the fun tension on What Will Papa and Boy Do Next comes from. I'm on Team Papa through and through.
Yeah.
And that's actually why I'm actually going to be giving this episode G for great, because I thought it was great to see Papa stand up for himself. I thought it was great to see that the Fatherson system was so resilient in the face of all these adversities. And if I were to extend my rating even further, I could even probably add a number on a scale, I don't know, from 1 to 5, I'd give it a 4. So G4 or G4.6 even, which you should maybe round up to 5, but you know what? Just scratch the number stuff doesn't make sense. I'll just G. I give it a G for great.
Yeah, we can discuss adding numbers in later. I just don't want to do any on the fly alterations without thinking it through. But
well, maybe it multiplies the letter. Oh wait, damn! Numbers can't multiply letters. What am I thinking? Let's stick with the system we have. I don't need to reinvent the wheel here.
No, it's okay. We encourage discussion about rating systems. It's important for a rating show to interrogate its rating system. That's what I always say.
Maybe we give it a 9. No.
Oh, and I wanted to mention, too, I'm giving last week's episode retroactively an H for haunting.
Well, I agree with that. That is...
Oh, a double H.
It's a solid H, yeah.
H from each of us. Well, I think that's all the time we have for What Will Papa and Boy Do Next.
Thanks, as always, for watching with us and talking with us, and we'll see you soon as we keep all wondering, what will Papa and Boy do next?
All right, everybody, and welcome to a new after show for Papa and Boy called Mulligan Watch.
Mulligan Watch.
Mulligan.
Yeah.
To briefly address the old show that we're replacing, What Will Papa and Boy Do Next?
Do next.
There was actually irreconcilable falling out between the two hosts.
They had a disagreement about whether or not art can be objectively great, and they were talking specifically about last week of What Will Papa and Boy Do Next, where one of them thought that it was objectively great and the other one thought that it was merely subjectively great. And it just spiraled from there and ultimately decided to pull the plug.
Yeah, I don't want to get into all the off-screen drama, but there was a lot. What's important for the audience to know is that What Will Papa and Boy Do Next was retired by the company forever. They didn't want to bring in new hosts. They thought it dies with them, those iconic hosts.
It's just so connected to them. I don't think I could fill their shoes, and I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, and I'm more focused on Mulligan anyway, so to me,
Mulligan
they
life.
made the right decision.
Mulligan Nation.
Now, I just want to start off by saying to all the Mulligan fans out there who are extremely, extremely angry right now, that I hear you,
Oh, yeah.
I feel you,
I'm one of you.
I believe you, but I do have a theory that maybe some of that anger isn't quite as warranted as we think it is.
Now, this is an interesting theory. Let's listen in on this.
It first occurred to me when I was watching the episode today, in the sequence with all the boys with the war paint on their faces, you know, the tigers, the pandas, the flowers.
Dinosaurs, butterflies, clowns.
That Mulligan could be anywhere in this scene. And as soon as I realized that, my eyes were open. I was looking at every boy in the background. What are they doing? What's going on? Where is Mulligan? And then it got me thinking about the previous episode and the beginning of this episode, and I started looking for Mulligan everywhere. And because I can't believe they didn't go to the Mulligan storyline for 2 whole episodes.
No,
I literally can't believe it.
No, I'm convinced.
And I don't.
I'm part of an online community called Q Mulligan, and we try to follow the hints that are being left about Mulligan's fate.
Right.
Sort of winks and nods across the last 2 episodes. Even though it might seem like he'd been left out of the stories, a lot of us free thinkers have actually figured out that he's been with us all along. As far as we can tell, he's safe, he's healthy, there's more stories coming around the corner, and he's closer than we might think.
My top running theory is that he was actually in Boy's coffin.
Yeah, in the glass coffin.
Yeah,
above the
hanging
stage.
above the funeral. Yeah. that they didn't have a dummy of Boy Fatherson in there, or the body of a small surgeon, neither, that it was Mulligan.
Just I think a touching way to tribute someone when they pass on. I would do that for my own son if, God forbid, I lost them at a young age.
Really? I thought it was a bit tacky.
Huh. Well, different strokes. I mean, when the music hit and the light hits the crystal coffin, the child's corpse up there, it's like, wow, it's really over. But you know what they say, under our system, parents are in charge of the funerals of the young, so we'll leave it to every individual parent to make that decision for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we are all praying, we are all hoping, we are looking for signs that Mulligan is just around the corner, and we're faithful that that will be the case, and we're going to continue watching and listening. Mulligan Nation.
Mulligan Nation, signing off.
Oh, by the way, I love your Mulligan coffee cup.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
It matches your Mulligan t-shirt and hat so well.
I bought it at the Mulligan Nation online store.
Oh, crap, that just reminded me of something. I remember if you use coupon code Mulligan, you'll get 10% off your order, plus free shipping if it's over $250.
Oh, I wish you'd remembered that before I ordered these. I could have gotten a great deal. Oh well, this shirt and mug are so great anyway that...
Well, that construction is so strong. I mean,
I'm happy
it's
to pay
worth the full price.
Yeah.
You know, good craftsmanship is like the coupon code of nature. And that's why I actually shop at the Mulligan web store, not just for clothing, but for my food as well and my nutritional supplements. I took Mulligan Brain today and I feel incredible.
Oh yeah, I never do an episode without Mulligan Brain. With the clarity and sharp focus you need to search for Mulligan, Mulligan Brain is a lifesaver.
And when you stack Mulligan Brain with a good night's sleep on Mulligan's own mattress, whew, I've never had so much clarity.
And they deliver it right to your door in an easy-to-open box? Amazing.
That is absolutely true, yeah. You know, I've been a user of Mulligan's own mattresses for years now, so I'm overwhelmed with joy that they've approached our after show, because I was already using it and I already swear by it. It's the same part of me that loves Mulligan loves this mattress, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I like to say it feels like a hug from Mulligan every night when I go to bed.
All right, everyone. Well, this has been Mulligan Watch. Thank you for watching, listening. Tell your friends, post reviews on iTunes and stuff, comments on YouTube, yada yada. Donate to the Mulligan Watch Patreon. You know the drill.
And can I just say to the Mulligan Watch subreddit, yeah, we did it! Our campaign succeeded. We're here. Mulligan forever! Yeah,
so we can stop the threats. We can just get everything under control and
oh, they were just joking about those threats.
Oh, I know. I did it myself. I was a big threader, but I'm just saying we're that phase is over and we've given our word to the superiors that...
Yeah, call it off, yeah. Thanks.
Bye.